it's got more buying in it. Even though the candle closed like a sliver red with the big wick, it's actually mostly buying.
If you look at that hourly candle where we kind of bottomed out, there was nothing about that candle on high volume that was selling. It was all buying. Is that right, Thor?
Say that one more time.
If you look at that bottom left screenshot that I showed on that NQ that I just posted,
Let me take a look.
bottom left is NQ on the hourly. But I mean, you can see clear as day volume increased and buyers stepped in there, although the hourly showed a red candle. It's like 3 hours back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hours back. The bottom left screen.
All right, that's annoying. All right, let me see here. I was trying to do that. Let's see, mentoring. We got 1 minute till the open.
I don't know if you, Thor, if you looked at Google, but it looks interesting too right now. Couldn't remember if you mentioned anything about it. If the market starts buying,
There we go. I got Chase. Yeah. You can see like as it pushes down, like it's not going anywhere, but we've got so much volume. Like look at the E-mini futures, like even on like your NASDAQ 100, your 15-minute even, how it was pushing, and there was just all volume and it was all red, but it wouldn't. I don't like NVIDIA. Tesla opened under S4. But it's a higher range. Which cam is it? With premium?
Tesla got up to 350. I think Bram doubled his money.
Yep, I did.
Nice,
Bram.
It's amazing.
I'm still holding.
Yeah, like you were saying, it's like a 10-year. If it quadruples or 3 times, I would take out your original investment and then just leave the remainder in.
Yeah.
Right? Just so you get your initial investment out and just let the rest just percolate for 10 years.
Well, I'm thinking about holding it for like 1.5 more years and then switch to crypto.
Yeah.
Buy Bitcoin with the next dip.
Yep. Oh yeah. Good. That's smart. Man, I was thinking, me and Ace were saying if it gets down to 200, we'd buy. But man, it only got down to like 216 or something. But we should have. I was thinking yesterday, man, I should just buy it, but it's 330. But if I would have bought at 330, I'd even be up.
waiting. I didn't get quite a pullback on Apple or AMD that I was really looking for. AMD just started selling, so that one's probably a miss.
Yeah, they were jigging at first to try to make it look like it was going to go long, and no. NQ dumped.
I wouldn't mind Apple, but it
holding
needs to get up to like
S3.
225, 38.
Google's holding S3. I just don't know if the market's gonna.
Google. You know, I haven't used Google in freaking so long. I use Brave. Nice thing about it's VPN. Not only that, it's got all the ad blockers in it, so it's crazy when I go on someone else's computer and use it, and all these ads pop up and everything. Like I never get that. Even my YouTube commercials, nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like when I
Google was
watch
buying a
YouTube
lot
on my
off of this
TV.
S3.
Oh, I see that.
A higher range. Yeah.
Like when I watch YouTube on my TV, I get, man, so many commercials. But on my computers, I got Brave, so I get nothing. Occasionally, they'll say they can't let me watch a video because my ad blockers are on, but I don't care.
Yeah. You're like, I don't care.
Whatever.
Lauren, you got to get YouTube Premium. My
Oh,
cousin goes.
oh yeah, there you go. Then there's no commercials on.
My
ever.
cousin goes. You get 3 months free. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. It's like $11 a month.
I see.
And after I tried it, I'm like, there's no way I'll go back to commercials. It's
Yeah,
insane.
commercials are hell.
So
man.
nice.
Especially during this election season. Oh my God, there were so many commercials.
The commercials. Are you triggered? I'm watching AMD to see if what happens when it gets down to S4. If it does, it's kind of trying to hold S3, but I want it to get a little lower, and the order book's still a little bearish. Like I want to see it hit this 145 order, but if it rejects away, maybe it's a thing.
Google took off.
Yeah, Google took off.
I'm almost at 2R so far on Google.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
I was too slow to get it, and I didn't want to chase it.
Oh, but now it's hitting PDC. Oh no.
Moment of truth. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you got in and your stop is below low of day, it's a
Yes.
pretty damn good position. You know what I mean? Because at this point, right? So here's the things that happen, right? If Google, as Google starts to go up, if it gets above previous day's high, which it's already almost to, hold on, let me pull up the Edgeful stat on that. Watch this. You're going to like this.
I need to get Edgeful and learn how to use it because it seems to be very useful.
Watch this. We're gonna use the it's previous day's range. There it goes. All right, now watch this. What is
I hit target.
Google?
You target? Nice.
Sorry, Thor. Go ahead. I apologize.
It's fun, isn't it? Watch this. So Google previous day's range. Look what happens if it breaks the previous day's high.
Let me see. If it breaks the previous day's high, 78% green day. Wow.
Right. So that means it closes above previous day's close. Right. So at this point, with your stop being below low of day, you know what I mean? With that statistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Easies.
Yeah.
I also longed Google, by the way.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You guys both owe me a drink because I didn't get it. I was too.
Oh.
I was too late, and then I didn't want to chase it. So.
I actually haven't hit target yet, so I needed to get a little outside of. It's a narrower day, and I need to get outside of R4. So because
Stupid
I bought the
discipline.
new 1 minute high and then I used a new low of day. So that's actually puts me in not a great spot as
Nvidia
far
at
as.
R4.
So I need a little more move on this one, but I think she can do it. When you move, we move.
When you
Lauren,
move, move.
look at that wick on the 15.
Yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I like these stats. They're so fun.
So I shorted Tesla. Um, and then it
Dude,
stopped me
Tesla is
out.
so like under S4 right now, just it's gonna
It's above S4.
all the way up
ETH.
to, yeah, all the way up there. Although it's with, this has it in at 1,345.50. Calcs it a little bit different in TOS. Order book actually looks a little bullish on Tesla now.
Yes, getting up
Big
to
order at
R3.
345.
Throwing in some nice wicks.
How's Google doing?
Wow, Nvidia took off. Jesus, lower range. So there's no play on Nvidia today, given our system, right?
Yeah, I wasn't even watching Nvidia at this point because once it opened, like in that spot, I was like, and I hate you.
Thor, what would be the edge full data on Tesla, if I may ask you, if you have got a second?
Tesla, sure.
So my stop is above high of day, and it seems to be selling, but I don't know.
So if you're just looking at which report are you looking at? Do you want the same one, the high of day, low of day one?
Yes, please.
Numbers crunching. See, these numbers are fairly decisive across the board. You know what I mean? This seems to be pretty much the same for most tickers. But you can see here, what's interesting on Tesla. Tesla, when it breaks its previous day high, closes 75% as a green day. But what's really interesting about Tesla is when it breaks its previous day's low, right? Really, like this thing gets really angry when it breaks its previous day's low. He's like, it's angry.
So today it broke previous day's low, but just slightly. That qualifies, right? As far as the statistics concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the way I do it, at least, it's like you got to draw the line somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just I draw it there, and then we'll just kind of see how it is. But works pretty good.
Great. And we don't have a Edgeful subscription. Each one has you got to purchase that, right? Edgeful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't because I just rip off Al's, but the rest of you should.
I'll
I'm too
put
honest.
data for you if you
I'm
want
not
it.
supposed to say stuff like this. Oh man.
Come on, Tesla. Don't put me in the 19% green day. Put me in the 81% red day, Tesla. Come on.
Yeah, what the heck? Rude. Nvidia basically acted like a higher range. It like went up to R4 and then rejected there. But it could easily buy here and do like a counter trending squeeze. I just hate it. So, but it seems like some stuff's rolling over a little bit right here. But come on, Google. You're almost there, baby. Google's ATR is 3.6. But we've only moved 2. So see what I mean? So here's the other thing, like let's say you're concerned about holding long right now. Well, I guess if it went short, because this is a higher range, if it went short from R4, it could technically come all the way through the low and stop me out because we're still inside the ATR. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's less than ideal, but the chances that we close a green day are significantly higher than the ones we don't. So this is just kind of like one of those things where it's just like, all right, it sucks, but you just hold. But it is a narrow day, so I am expecting it to go outside of R4, and I'm thinking this buy at S3 is the bottom. And if that's the case, then that means my target is just outside of R4, unfortunately. But it's okay. So because I'm expecting to go out because my ATR is 3.6, and so far we've only gone 2.04. We still have a whole nother dollar to the top side before we even hit ATR. So, and we're fitting pretty good stat wise. So, and I look, there's our orders too. We've got orders all the way to 182, and I am inside of 182. Here, let me show you my trade.
Google. Okay, great. Oh, so you threw the stop under S3.
I bought it when it broke. It broke and then
Ah.
pulled back a little bit, so I bought and I threw my stop right below low of day.
Clear. Yeah, I bought a bit earlier than you, so that's
Yeah,
why.
I wish I'd bought a little earlier.
See, this is where my let's say a month and a half ago trader self would not take this trade because it broke S3. But what I learned from UTOR, based on your system, your system, that you can still buy a bit under S3. Like you can break a bit of those
Yep.
rules if the VPA is really with you.
Yeah, exactly. It respected it. You know what I mean? It wicked it. It wicked through it. It closed like right near. It opened and pulled straight above. You know what I mean? It adhered to it pretty well, and it's a higher range, narrowed range. So it's the ideal the ideal target is actually this short here at R4. I'm kind of wishing if I'd have gotten just and this is what Nathan was talking about. He didn't get it because when he looked at it, he was just like, man, if I get long here, that's gonna give me a pretty wide target. So he was kind of hanging back, probably hoping it would come back and get a little tighter and then go.
Exactly. Yeah, I was wanting to pull back down to just at least a little bit off of S3, not like 50 cents or almost $1 like it was.
Yeah. And I think another way, I don't know if you said this, Dor, but this is somehow how I'm relating to it. The whole area between S4 and S3, so anything above S4, is still a buying range,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So,
like if you're looking at my toss, right?
Exactly.
Everything above S4 is green. Everything
Exactly.
below R4 is red. This is a buying range. This is a selling range. Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
at R6. Lots of action going on today, but
Hate
the
to
book's
see it.
pretty
Look at this.
bullish.
Look at this horrible price action right now. Look at these inverted hammers. But my order book is still bullish. You'll get that order. Come on. Go to 182. Nail biter. If I there's not really like this is a pretty strong signal here too. I'm a little like that's a lot of volume, and then as we pushed up, our volume really declined a bit. So I'm not in love with that. QQQs look like it's about to cycle lower. Ugh. Ooh, AMD made it all the way, almost all the way to S4. I wish AMD had squeezed a little bit.
Come on, Tesla.
And Meta's really running right now.
That's what Brian's talking about in
Wants
BBT
600.
right now.
It looks like it really wants 600, which is like right at the top of last month.
Lower range counter trending breakout. Ugh. Yuck. Let's see what the entry would have looked like on that. It'd have been really hard to pull off the entry. And it's, you know, we don't have a play necessarily for it. So this is the counter trending breakout. I used to have this play detailed. It just only sets up like maybe 3 or 4 days out of the year. So it's just not really worth.
Counter trending breakout on Meta. What is it?
Yeah, so
lower
it's a
range?
lower range. So if
Mhm.
this had opened above R4 and came down and tested, I would have been happy.
Right. But what did it do? It was under. I see.
Filled.
Yay!
Heck yeah.
Noise. You're welcome.
It literally hit penny for penny
glad-
for you.
Glad some
Thank
other
you, Nate.
people got it. You're welcome.
Thank you, Bubble
That's what I'm
Master.
here for.
Bubble
Look at
God.
that. Look at that.
Bubble Lord.
Oh my
Lord.
gosh.
Come on.
Hold on, wait, look. Dude, if this reverses from here, I will laugh so hard. I think it's still gonna push. I don't know, maybe. But look at that. All right, money. Thanks, Nathan. Good call.
Absolutely, man. Do you want to give me like half of that? And then who else was it that got it too? If they could give me their half of that too, then I'll be happy and done for the
So,
day.
we already talked about this. I'm gonna pay for half the drink, and he's gonna pay for half the drink.
Oh,
There you
perfect.
go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Half and half.
Hey man, I did my trade without hearing you, Nathan, so it doesn't qualify.
He's like,
Doesn't matter, I
I had
said it and
earplugs.
Thor
I had
heard it,
earplugs in the
so-
whole time.
You know, one thing I tell you guys, sometimes I mute everybody because, especially when the market opens, I can't handle people speaking in my ear or talking in my ear and getting too excited. So I just kind of put everybody
I think
off.
that's great. I used to do that when I was in BBT mod.
DBT. Yeah.
Or when in BBT, that's the first thing I started doing all the time, like every morning when they open, because especially once my style became different than Andrew's, there would be so many different times where I'm like, all right, I'm going short Google, and all of a sudden I hear Andrew, I'm long Google, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
And
horrible.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, remember, you have a different thing than him. You got a Hare Krishna. You know, and I'm like just sitting there, and then it like runs away from him and it fills me, and then I'm like, okay, now I gotta post in this chat how I trade against Andrew, and then he's like, you take my share, you trade against me.
Yeah. Come on, Tesla. Oh man.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tor,
here
can
come-
you look at AMD?
Sure can. Oh yeah, getting down near S4. This is kind of where we were thinking about buying if we were gonna buy. This is kind of that spot.
It is below S4.
Ever so slightly. Which S? Yeah, we're coming right up into it now. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to post this trade in here. I like that. That makes that look nice.
volume on NQ. Holy crap. That volume, it just came in. Got this iceberg sitting over top of it too.
Oh yeah.
Where's Iceberg? 212
On NQ.
60.
Yeah, it's right there at 21,250. But it's got
Yeah, I
an
see
order
that.
block up there overhead, but it's got that order that keeps building down at
2129.
21,125. But
Let's see. On NQ, 2129, 2127 all has a lot of correlation between varied cams.
We got a new fair value gap on a 15 and a 5 minute.
I see that. There's a big one above 21,260.
I feel like we want to squeeze through there.
Yeah, it looks like
really
yeah,
large.
you're right.
We got more orders above. 21,300.
Yeah, and then we got some of those other stocks like Google and stuff ripping.
Plus, we already bounced from S3 this morning, so we would expect to go towards R3.
Yeah, I see that. You're right. Yeah. Good call.
But this is external range liquidity,
It is.
so we could also do a sweep. But we're dead middle in the range.
I was hoping ES would get up to R3 and at least bring everything up to there. Or NQ maybe make a squeeze too.
Yeah, it's not though. It just ran into, what is that, 2 days ago's low. It was here. Let me pull up my DOS chart here. Look at NQ right now. Oh, why doesn't it show it? Why is it not there? Hold on, let me save settings. Right there, look at this. This is 2 days ago's low. Right there, boom. It still can go. They're buying. So we just have to watch. This is what we lost 2 days ago's low. There was a big seller when we lost 2 days ago's low. And we basically sold all day. So now we're trying to buy back into wherever that seller was. Certainly doable. The volume on that sell was not incredible. It was absorbed quite well, and it was just a hit back to PDC. Well, I'm happy with my Google trade. I think I'm done. Where's the Qs at right now? We haven't quite made it to R3 yet. So I don't think I don't know if the short sets up here. It should go a little higher.
They're probably gonna make a bunch of candlesticks, which looks like a short.
Yeah.
Short will get in, and then they finally have the buy orders to go through the
And then
21,250.
sweep the highs.
Yeah.
Then pump. Sweep the high.
Look at all that money which is sitting there over there. They're gonna try their best to go there.
The thing is if we sweep the highs after 10:30, it's likely we just stay high. So if they go up there and they hit those after 10:30s, they might just buy them and keep on going. I think they're really trying to use the optimism in the market to their advantage right now. So basically, any chance they get, the market makers are pushing higher, and I think they're going to keep doing that until they don't. But right now, it's like even when they started selling yesterday a little bit, the volume wasn't like crazy. Is Google still going now?
Are we gonna
Yeah,
try to do
nice.
it now?
I want Google to break out so it doesn't look like, I used to love tagging the top like that, but I actually like seeing it go past. That way you can see that I held for a target and hit a target. When it hits the top like that, it looks like I just like went, okay, that's as far as it's going to go, and then somehow I magically knew.
There we go.
Like, and I
There we
don't.
go.
But here we go.
So you want it to break that?
Yeah, I'd love it too. I'd love this
Let's
thing
see
to
the
go.
reaction
It's
from
a
this.
narrow range. It should go into a breakout today by this system. It should go for R6 today.
I see. I see.
Or it should get pretty close to it because see, look, our ATR is only 3.71 and our distance range measured so far is only 2.43. Right. So I still have almost $1.20 left of my ATR in one direction or another.
Right.
So ideally, I'd like it to go. You know, if it goes $1 in this direction, then that makes a lot of sense because that would have put me at the low. If it starts to sell off from here, it could be a very aggressive sell off.
Yeah.
From here, that could go all the way back down, even to S4 at this point, right? Because I still got to get to my ATR.
Yes.
So this is why, like when we were in here, I was like, I'm not as confident right now because statistically, because we broke the previous days. No, I don't even know if we had broken the previous day's high.
We still have quite some orders to the top side, so I'm not convinced that we will sell off hard from here, but the reaction from 250 was weak.
Very.
I did both my trade on Madusha. So I own
I
Q.
gotta run. I got a sesh. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I own Q like this stock like was hot last year, and I only traded for 4 months, and it's back again.
Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen. No, you're going to be very happy with me. Bitcoin is going to the
Well, I guess that's why we have risk controls. That was a piece of garbage.
Yeah, difficult, huh?
Oh man. I guess that speaker said something that
Didn't jive with what people liked. Man, Tesla looks like a mess.
It's funny that that piece of garbage made my day.
Nice.
Yeah.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was loving it.
Yes, sir.
I gotta stop out with Tesla, so hello. And if you see, my trade is really good for supply and demand zone with the cam.